A full day of testimony, day 2 of the Oklahoma Opioid Trial. Here at the Cleveland County Courthouse in Norman, Oklahoma. Reporting for the Oklahoman, I'm Dave Morris. Testimony began on Wednesday morning with emotional testimony from Craig Box, who lost his OU linebacker son, Austin Box, to a drug overdose.
Everybody, Austin, Austin never said a bad thing about anybody. He was just one of those kids that was very compassionate.
Box testified that his son sustained several painful injuries while playing football, including a herniated disc during his last year as a player.
I can't explain what happens to you as a parent when a child dies. But I guess because of, Austin had some notoriety, and in the aftermath of his death, there was quite a bit of publicity. We heard from so many parents across that have lost children in similar circumstances, that the same story as us, had no idea, had no clue about the prevalence of these drugs and the dangers of these drugs.
We then heard from Dr. David Courtwright, a history professor, who explained the long storyline of drugs and addiction in America.
Do you believe that doctors who prescribe Schedule II drugs in Oklahoma know that they have the capacity, a high capacity for addiction?
That is part of the information that they have at their disposal, yes.
And from there, lengthy video testimony from Dr. Russell Portnoy, which set up the state's contention that Dr. Portnoy was considered a thought leader by Johnson & Johnson and Janssen. That video testimony started in the morning, it ended in the afternoon, and from there...
Your Honor, at this time, the state of Oklahoma calls Johnson & Johnson and Janssen to the stand. You're here today because you've been designated as the corporate representative of Johnson & Johnson, correct?
Correct.
We saw the face of Johnson & Johnson and Janssen in the form of Kimberly Deem-Eshleman, and that was some contentious back and forth between that lady and the state's attorney, Brad Beckworth.
Your sales rep in Oklahoma is using Dr. Portnoy's study, or being told to here in their training materials, correct?
That is what it says, yes.
You do not deny that, do you?
No.
That is the same Russell Portnoy that we just heard testify that Janssen and Johnson & Johnson are responsible for being a cause of the public health problem we have in the state, correct?
Dr. Portnoy is the one that we just saw on the TV, yes.
And he did say that. You were here and you heard it.
I did hear him say that.
And that's your number one key opinion leader, right?
He was a key opinion leader, yes.
That's your guy that you had your sales representatives use to come and talk about with our doctors, right?
Dr. Portnoy did not call or didn't talk for us very often. He wasn't as I remember, he was not on the Speakers Bureau, or he wasn't used very often on the Speakers Bureau.
That's his name on your training materials.
And that's a study that he published.
That's his name.
That is his name, yes.
And there's a verb before his name. What is it?
Use.
Use. That's what it says, isn't it?
It says that, yes.
Your number one KOL, right?
He was a KOL for us, yes.
More testimony expected from Deem-Eshleman on Thursday morning. That'd be day 3 in the state's trial against Johnson & Johnson and its subsidiaries of creating a public nuisance through the deceptive marketing of powerful opioid painkillers. You can follow more coverage from Randy Ellis in the Oklahoman and online at oklahoman.com. From the Cleveland County Courthouse, I'm Dave Morris.